Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. This is Trev from Trevestans, and it is Saturday morning. First Saturday in the month of December, and we're moving on to the end of 2023. 23 years after the world was supposed to have ended. Oops, did I just say that? 23 years since people threw away all they got, gave away what they had, and withdrew the money out of the bank. And prophets came and said that God told them the world was going to end at midnight at the end of 1999. Y'all remember that? Do you all remember? Why did I come up with this morning? I'm just trying to show you all the fragility that the fragility that exists in the minds of people who have these beliefs and are deeply entrenched in some kind of religiosity. It is astounding to me because no matter how many times you all believe something that never comes to pass, you all continue to be bamboozled and fooled. I remember when 1999 was rolling down. It was coming on to the year 2000, and Christians all over were in a frenzy. They said, the Bible said, 2,000 years, and then the world would end. And there were, oops. Oh my God, I had to sneeze for that one. In Jamaica, when you sneeze, when you say something, them say true word. That means whatever you're going to say or whatever you have said is the truth. Huh? Now, y'all remember when 1999 was coming to an end, a lot of people were in a frenzy. They said it was now 2,000 years since they had been, since the Bible said after 2,000 years, their God was going to come back out of heaven and take them somewhere. And so they were frenzied. But if you know your God is coming to take you and you are right with him, why should you be in a frenzy? Don't be in a frenzy. Be prepared, huh? Yeah, a lot of people gave away what they had, and there was, I don't remember that guy named Pat Roberts. Lord have his mercy. I don't remember that guy. I think he has since passed away. But he came on TV. Things Jamaica is here. How are you doing, my love? Good to see you. Anthony, Cheryl, what's up? Rika, Sharon. Yes, so guys, y'all remember? He said the Lord had told him that he was going to return on at midnight when the clock struck 12 for the year 2000. Now we are moving on to the clock striking 12 in the next 30 days for 2024. And a lot of the people who had been in a frenzy and worried and concerned that the world was going to end are either still here, or they have gone on ahead of us. But anywho, this morning, this morning I am here doing what I do every morning. This morning I decided I'm going to keep to my word and be over on the talk at the same time that I am on the tube while I do the Bible reading. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, this is Trev from Trevestance, and I come on here online on my channel, on my YouTube channel Trevestance Unstoppable, every morning and read the Bible. We have been on a quest to read the Bible from the beginning to the end. And so far, we have gotten to the book of Jeremiah. Rather interesting book, I might add. And for those of you who just can't be bothered with reading the Bible, come on over. Yeah, sit with me. Let us read together so that we can all get our own understanding of what is in the Bible. Now, some people say, oh, when you're going to read the Bible, you need to pray and you need to ask God for understanding of what you're going to be reading. Uh-uh. Why? Because I do not endorse any particular religion or denomination. And if I choose to pray to any God, then I would be going contrary to that statement. So therefore, I come on here and read I read the Bible just like I would come on here and read a novel. Yeah, I'm reading it so that we can be aware of its contents. All right, because I know over 98% of us, we have never read the book. We can't be bothered. It's too long, too many books. It's too confusing. We don't understand it. It was written thousands of years ago, but yet still we choose to follow what it says, and we try to condemn people by it. We use it for confrontation and condemnation. We use the book for just about everything, but we refuse to read it from beginning to end. So anyway, y'all share the live and encourage your people to come on over into the live and let us talk. I do not get into confrontations with people. I encourage and will always entertain meaningful conversation about the contents of what I'm reading. And if you have come across any additional literature that you would love to share with me, I would greatly appreciate it. But I do not do confrontation. And I know that a lot of these people who claim to be Christian, they'll be the first ones to come at your throat. Don't come for me. Okay? So this morning, we are going to be reading Jeremiah chapters 41 and 42. So if you have your book Bible or your Google Bible, get it out and let's read together. All right? But before we do that, guys, if it's your first time over here, I want to say welcome. Paul is here, Ailey, Samson, Sabrina, welcome. Madison, welcome. Thank you all so much for stopping by. No, ma'am. I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you who have come in and stopped by. And to all my returning travelers, the people who have been supporting me, supporting my channel from day uno. From day uno, I sincerely appreciate you all. All right? Paul is here. Paul, what's up? All right. So here we are. Let us begin. Oh no, me I forget myself in order. Let us begin. Jeremiah chapter 41. I'm just gonna read it. I ain't saying nothing much about Jeremiah because April, you know that there has been a lot, right, Delette? You all know there's been a lot. Now that the internet is wide open and information is circulating more than it was, say, 30 years ago, people are more open to entertaining new ideas and also being privy to new information that seemed to have been hidden from them for years. Now everything is wide open. All right? Wide open, like 3 o'clock in the morning, like legs and liquor stores. But let us move right along. Jeremiah chapter 41. Now it came to pass in the 7th month that Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, the son of Elishama, of the seed royal, and the princes of the king, even 10 men with him, came unto Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, to Mizpah. And there they did eat bread together in Mizpah. Then arose Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, and the 10 men that were with him, and smote Gedaliah. Let us go back just a little bit. They smote Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam. Let us go back a little bit to Jeremiah chapter 40. To Jeremiah chapter 40 and verse 14 through 16. We're gonna see who Gedaliah was. Let's go back. Jeremiah chapter 40 and we are going to start at verse 12. Even all the Jews returned out of all places whither they were driven, and came to the land of Judah, to Gedaliah unto Mizpah, and gathered wine and summer fruits very much. Moreover, Johanan the son of Kareah, and all the captains of the forces that were in the fields, came to Gedaliah to Mizpah, and said unto him, Dost thou certainly know that Baalis the king of the Ammonites hath sent Ishmael the son of Nethaniah to slay thee? But Gedaliah the son of Ahikam believed them not. Then Johanan the son of Kareah spake to Gedaliah in Mizpah secretly, saying, Let me go, I pray thee, and I will slay Ishmael the son of Nethaniah, and no man will know it. Wherefore should he slay thee? All the Jews which are gathered unto thee shall be scattered, and the remnant in Judah perish. But Gedaliah the son of Ahikam said unto Johanan the son of Kareah, Thou shalt not do this thing, for thou speakest falsely of Ishmael. So here Gedaliah says, you're not going to do that. You are not going to slay Ishmael, because I don't believe that Ishmael was sent here to slay me. But now here in chapter 41, that it came to pass in the 7th month, after 7 months, after Ishmael had been there in Mizpah for 7 months, the princes and the kings, even 10 men with him, came unto 10 men with Ishmael, they came unto Gedaliah. And here they did eat bread together. They sit down and they eat bread with him, Then Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, and the 10 men that were with him, they rose up and they smote Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, with the sword, and slew him, whom the king of Babylon had made governor over the land. Now you all remember that Nebuchadnezzar had appointed Gedaliah to be the governor over Israel after he had slain Zedekiah. Remember, he had appointed Zedekiah because he wanted Zedekiah to help him to keep Jeremiah alive, right? So the Jewish people wouldn't slay Jeremiah. But after the Babylonians came up and destroyed Jerusalem, what did they do? What did Nebuchadnezzar do? He slew Zedekiah, plucked out Zedekiah's eyes, and dragged him off. But Jeremiah, who was the mole all along, he told Gedaliah to make sure that Jeremiah was taken care of, make sure Jeremiah got a place to live, fields and all those things. He slew all the powerful Jews, everybody who was a noble, all the princes. He slew all of them. And he only left in Jerusalem the people who were poor people whose presence were not consequential, were not threatening to his rule. And then he appointed Gedaliah to be the governor over what was left of Jerusalem. Now here Ishmael came up with his 10 men and slew Gedaliah. Now you see, sometimes you don't want to slay the enemy, You know the person is your enemy. But in your heart, you don't want to believe it. And you don't want to strike first. But let me tell you something. The enemy will not be afraid to slay you. He will not cry any quarters. He will not ask any questions. He will not abandon any desires to slay you. But in your heart, you cannot find it to slay somebody unjustly. Sometimes it works to our own detriment. But anyway, Love Ice, how are you doing, my love? Love Ice says happy Sabbath. Happy Sabbath to you, my love, and everybody else who revere the Sabbath. Happy Sabbath to you as well. All right, let us move right along. Verse 3 of chapter 41. Ishmael also slew all the Jews that were with him, even with Gedaliah at Mizpah, and the Chaldeans that were found there, and the men of war. And it came to pass the second day after he had slain Gedaliah, and no man knew it. Oh, no man knew it because he slew everybody else that was around. That there came certain from Shechem, from Shiloh, and from Samaria, 80 men, having their beards shaven and their clothes rent, and having cut themselves with offerings and incense in their hand, to bring them to the house of the Lord. And Ishmael the son of Nethaniah went forth from Mizpah to meet them, weeping all along as he went. And it came to pass that as he met them, he said unto them, Come to Gedaliah the son of Ahikam. Wanna see how people wicked? Wanna see how people wicked? Here, Ishmael is going out to meet these men and telling them to come unto Gedaliah. And him already slay Gedaliah. Gedaliah is already dead. Already dead. Yet, this is another trap. Another trap. Let us continue. And it was so, when they came into the midst of the city, that Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, slew them, and cast them into the midst of the pit, he and the men that were with him. But 10 men were found among them that said unto Ishmael, Slay us not, for we have treasures in the field, of wheat, and of barley, and of oil, and honey. So he forbare, and he slew them not among their brethren. So he didn't slay 10 of the men, because these men convinced him that they had lots of riches. You know, back in the day, wheat and barley and oil and honey were considered to be riches, lots of riches. You were wealthy if you had a surplus of those things. Verse 9 says, Now the pit where Ishmael had cast all the dead bodies of the men whom he had slain because of Gedaliah, was in which Asa the king, now Asa was a descendant of David, all right, which Asa the king had made for fear of Baasha, king of Israel. And Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, filled it with them that were slain. Then Ishmael carried away captive all the residue of the people that were in Mizpah, even the king's daughters, and all the people that remained in Mizpah, whom Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, had committed to Gedaliah the son of Ahikam. And Ishmael the son of Nethaniah carried them away captive, and departed to go over to the Ammonites. So you all hear what happened there, right? The Babylonians had come up. They had overrun Jerusalem. They had broken down the walls. They had slain all the people, all the princes and everybody, all the noblemen. They had slain everybody. And Zedekiah, whom Nebuchadnezzar had appointed to be the ruler over Jerusalem, Nebuchadnezzar had now come up and ordered his men to slay Zedekiah. They plucked out Zedekiah's eyes and slew him. And also they slew everybody who had any potential at all to be the rulers of Jerusalem. They slew them, and the others they brought down to Babylon with them. And the only people they left in Jerusalem was poor people, poor non-consequential people who they gave the fields to go work. They gave those poor people the fields. Say, you poor, have no potential to be no ruler. And I don't think you are going to start any opposition, any fights against us. We don't really worry about you. So therefore, we are going to save your life, and you are going to go out and work the fields. And then he appointed Gedaliah to be the governor over Jerusalem. Now, Ishmael came out of Ammon. Ishmael came out of Ammon, and he and his men came to Mizpah. And what do they do there? They tricked the governor Gedaliah into believing that they were his friends. And even though he was told, Johanan told Gedaliah. So clearly Johanan must have known something. He must have heard something. And he believed that Ishmael had come to slay Gedaliah. But poor Gedaliah, he did not believe Johanan that Ishmael had come to slay him. And so he did not give Johanan the okay to slay Ishmael first. And so Johanan's words came to pass. And Ishmael ended up slaying Gedaliah and the men who were with Gedaliah. And even the men who were coming into the city to see Gedaliah, Ishmael tricked them into believing that Gedaliah was still alive and had them follow him into the city before he slew them as well. But he left 10 of them because those 10 tried to outsmart him and told him that they had lots of wheat and barley and honey and other things out in the fields. So he spared their lives. We are going to continue. We are on verse 11 for those of you who are just coming. We are on to verse 11 of chapter 41 of the book of Jeremiah. But when Johanan, the son of Kareah, and all the captains of the forces that were with him heard of all the evil that Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, had done, then they took all the men and went to fight with Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, and found him by the great waters that are in Gibeon. Now it came to pass that when all the people which were with Ishmael saw Johanan, the son of Kareah, and all the captains of the forces that were with him, then they were glad. They were glad. Why were they glad? Why were they glad to see Johanan? Sarita? Why were they glad? I'm not sure. Why would they be glad? Let us continue. So all the people that Ishmael had carried away captive from Mizpah cast about and returned, and went unto Johanan, the son of Kareah. But Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, escaped from Johanan with 8 men, and went to the Ammonites. Then took Johanan, the son of Kareah, and all the captains of the forces that were with him, all the remnants of the people whom he had recovered from Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, from Mizpah. After that, he had slain Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, even mighty men of war, and the women, and the children, and the eunuchs, whom he had brought again from Gibeon. And they departed, and dwelt in the habitation of Chimham, which is by Bethlehem, to go to enter into Egypt. Verse 18, and this is the last verse of chapter 41. Because of the Chaldeans, for they were afraid of them, because Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, had slain Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, whom the king of Babylon had made governor in the land. Here ends the reading of Jeremiah chapter 41. Thanks to those of you who are here. Those of you who are following in your book Bible or your Google Bible, thanks for the likes. Thanks for the loves. Those of you who have come in, have not yet hit the like button. Hit the like button. Please hit the like button on your way out if you haven't hit it on your way in. All right. Don't leave without hitting that like button. What's wrong with y'all? Anyway, you all are not acting right some of the times. Don't let me have to call Ishmael for y'all. Oh. Heavenly Father, Winsome, what's up? How are you doing? Good to see you. Grandsta Granny, bless up yourself. How you all doing? Good to see you. Maurice, how are you doing? Good morning, guys. It is Saturday. It is the 2nd of December of 2023. And we are doing here what we do here every morning, and that is read the Bible. Yeah? We are trying to read it from Genesis to Revelation, and we are currently more than halfway through. We are onto the book of Jeremiah. Let us move on. We are on to chapter 42. Then all the captains of the forces, and Johanan, the son of Kareah, and Jezaniah, the son of Hoshea, and all the people from the least even unto the greatest, came near, and said unto Jeremiah the prophet, Let, we beseech thee, our supplication be accepted before thee, and pray for us unto the Lord thy God, even for all this remnant, for we are left but a few of many, as thine eyes do behold us. So here, Joanna now go to find Jeremiah the prophet. So Jeremiah, look at us. You know, sister Ishmael come and kill off all of us. Just a few of us are left, Jeremiah. Go pray to your God for us now. Verse 3. That the Lord thy God may show us the way wherein we may walk, and the thing that we may do. Then Jeremiah the prophet said unto them, I have heard you. Behold, I will pray unto the Lord your God according to your words, and it shall come to pass that whatsoever thing the Lord shall answer you, I will declare it unto you. I will keep nothing back from you. So you see, Jeremiah, the people so much believed in Jeremiah. Jeremiah is going to consult with God for them, and then he's going to bring back word to them to tell them, hey, Miss Beauty, how are you doing? To tell them what the Lord has said. All right. Jeremiah say, I will tell you everything the Lord say. I will not hold anything back. Verse 5. Mark, what's up? Verse 5. Then they said to Jeremiah, the Lord be a true and faithful witness between us, if we do not even according to all things for which the Lord thy God shall set thee to us, whether it be good or whether it be evil, we will obey the voice of the Lord our God, to whom we send thee, that it may be well with us when we obey the voice of the Lord our God. And it came to pass after 10 days, that the word of the Lord came back unto Jeremiah. Then called he Johanan the son of Kareah, and all the captains of the forces which were with him, and all the people from the least even to the greatest, and said unto them, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, unto whom he sent me to present your supplication before him. If ye will still abide in this land, then will I build you, and not pull you down, and I will plant you, and not pluck you up. For I repent me of the evil that I have done unto you. Now this is Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah telling Johanan and the others what the Lord has told him, what the Lord has said concerning this little pocket, this little remnant of the Jews that's left. Verse 11, Be not afraid of the king of Babylon, of whom ye are afraid. Be not afraid of him, said the Lord, for I am with you to save you and to deliver you from his hand. And I will show mercies unto you, that he may have mercy upon you, and cause you to return to your own land. But if ye say, we will not dwell in this land, neither obey the voice of the Lord your God, saying, no, but we will go into the land of Egypt, where we shall see no war, nor hear the sound of the trumpet, nor have hunger of bread, and there will we dwell. And now therefore hear the word of the Lord, ye remnant of Judah. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, if he wholly set your faces to enter into Egypt, and go to sojourn there, then it shall come to pass, that the sword which ye feared shall overtake you there in the land of Egypt, and the famine which ye were afraid of shall follow close after you there in Egypt, and there he shall die. What me know say Jeremiah's word to the people was never going to be just perfect peace. It was never going to be. There had to be some kind of death and destruction in whatever Jeremiah is telling the people. Had to be. Now here the people consult with him. Because remember now, Jeremiah is living large. King Nebuchadnezzar had ordered Gedaliah to make sure Jeremiah get land, and remember Jeremiah never have anything, So after he conspired with Nebuchadnezzar to cause the destruction of the Jews, and then claimed that he only prophesied it and it came to pass. He claimed that he only prophesied it and it came to pass. After the conspiracy was over and Nebuchadnezzar rewarded him heartily, and he told Gedaliah, make sure Jeremiah have everything that he wants. Make sure Jeremiah can pick whichever part of the land he wants to live. And however much acres Jeremiah need, please let him have it. Okay? So now the Jewish people, the few Jewish people who are left, they're still afraid of Jeremiah, because Jeremiah now claim that his word has come to pass, that the Babylonians have taken over and destroyed Jerusalem. He claimed that it was his prophecy that had come to pass. So now the people are afraid, like, wow, anything Jeremiah say is going to come to pass. So if Jeremiah tell me to go do something, I'm going to go do it, because I'm afraid that if I don't do it, death and destruction is going to become of me. Because the people, them still afraid of Jeremiah. So now Johanan went to Jeremiah to present to Jeremiah. So Jeremiah, you see what all is happening to us? You see, it's only a few of us Jews that are left. Ishmael and Nebuchadnezzar has slain so many of us, the noblemen and the people of substance, and now there are only just a few of us left. Consult with your God for us now, please. Now remember, this is the Jewish God. These are Jewish people. Why them not consult them God themselves? Because they so much revere the prophet, and they believe the prophet to be their mediator, the mediator between them and God. And since he can directly speak to, according to their belief, since he can directly speak to their God, they are trusting him with that they will tell him their problems, he will go to God with it, and whatever God tells him, he will come back and tell them what God said. And there, they will move on from there. All right? So Jeremiah come and tell them, say, if them ever think of going, Latasha, what's up? If them ever think of going into Egypt to go find peace, the same sword that they are running from. Because remember, these people are now very afraid. They are very afraid. And remember, he had told them that they shall die up in Israel, they shall die by the sword, by famine, and by pestilence. He had told them that the Babylonians would come and overtake. So now that prophecy has come to pass. The Babylonians have come. Now the people don't want to stay to face the famine and the pestilence and all. They are contemplating running to Egypt, where there is food and there is no war. But here Jeremiah to them, if you all decide to go across the border into Egypt because you are afraid of the war over here, then you shall face the sword down there in Egypt, and there you shall die. If you think that you are not going to, you are afraid that famine might take you over here in Israel and you might die of hunger, so you're going to run to Egypt where there is a lot of food, you shall starve and die there. So the people are damned if they do and damned if they don't, according to Jeremiah. Let us continue. Verse 17 says, so shall it be with all the men that set their faces to go into Egypt to sojourn there. They shall die by the sword. They shall die by famine. They shall die by pestilence. And none of them shall remain or escape from the evil that I will bring upon them. Verse 18. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, as mine anger and my fury hath been poured forth upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem, so shall my fury be poured forth upon you. When he shall enter into Egypt, and he shall be an execration, and an astonishment, and a curse, and a reproach, and he shall see this place no more. Boy, Jeremiah, may I tell you, if you lived in today's world, them young people that throw rock stone for you, because these things that you are doing is so unkind. So unkind. No, God not tell Jeremiah nothing so. No, God not tell Jeremiah so. All of Jeremiah's words to the Jewish people is death and destruction. Why? There is no forgiveness. There is no exaltation. There is no building up. You're telling me you're going to build me up, but at the same time, you are telling me that if I so much as go to Egypt where there is peace just to escape the war, you're going to make sure the war follows me there. You're going to make sure I be slain by the sword down there. You're going to make sure that if I try to escape the famine that is here in Jerusalem and I try to go down to Egypt, that I'm going to still starve down there and die. Pestilence is going to take me down there. That is the word from God through Jeremiah to the one little pocket, the little pocket of Jewish people that's left there trying to survive. And they're trying to survive on their beliefs. They're trying to survive with their belief intact. But under Jeremiah heading, poor people, they're nowhere to turn. Damn if you do and damn if you don't. Verse 19. The Lord hath said concerning you. Now this is Jeremiah telling the people what the Lord told. Why said the Lord told him, The Lord hath said concerning you, O ye remnant of Judah, go ye not into Egypt. Know certainly that I have admonished you this day. For he dissembled in your hearts when he sent me unto the Lord your God, saying, Pray for us unto the Lord our God, and according unto all that the Lord our God shall say, so declare unto us, and we will do it. So the people tell Jeremiah, whatever God tell you to tell us to do, we will do it. Verse 21, and now I have this day declared it to you, but ye have not obeyed the voice of the Lord your God, nor anything for which he hath sent me unto you. Verse 22, and this is the last verse of chapter 42, and the last verse of this morning's reading. Now therefore know certainly that ye shall die by the sword, ye shall die by famine, ye shall die by the pestilence, in the place whither ye desire to go and to sojourn. So if Jeremiah said for certain, one thing for certain, two things is for sure, wherever you go, it no matter where you go, just know that wherever you go, you shall die by famine, by pestilence, and by the sword. So what are people supposed to do? What are people supposed to do? Just surrender to death. Because if them going to Egypt, them are go dead. And if them decide, wherever they decide to go to escape the war in Israel, they are going to die. So it's like Jeremiah said to people, you all are doomed. That's what God tell me to tell you all, that you all are doomed. So wherever you go, it no matter where you all decide to go, where you all decide to sojourn, you are going to die there by the sword, by the famine, or by the pestilence. That's where we are going to end the reading for this morning, my friends. I want to say thanks to everybody who came into the live. Those of you who hit the like button, I appreciate you all. Thank you all so much. I sincerely appreciate your presence. When we come back tomorrow morning, we will continue with the reading of the book of Jeremiah. Then we will be reading chapters 43 and 44. So don't forget to join me again tomorrow morning on my channel on YouTube, Treverson's Unstoppable TV, or on the Talk, where I will be continuing with the reading of the Bible. That's going to be it from me for this morning, my friends. Until next time, this is Trev from Treverson's, where your journey matters. Have yourselves a great day, everybody, and I will see you all later. OMG. I tell you guys, this Bible is something